A job gives you stability. A career gives you recognition. But a calling gives you fulfillment. What's the difference between success and significance? Hi, I'm Lance. For 30 years, I worked with global brands chasing what many would call success. Along the way, I earned the nickname Excellence for being an overachiever. But trust me, I also had my own share of failures. So today, I want to share a side of me that many people don't know. My story began in a jeepney. It's like life was saying, "Buckle up, kid. It's going to be a wild ride." I was a miracle baby, given a second chance at life. And I grew up thinking, if I'm here, I'm going to live fully. My childhood was tough. Losing my father at 7, facing bullying for being different, and discovering early on that piggy banks don't exactly cover my tuition fees. But all these challenges shaped me, teaching me self leadership, resilience, and compassion. I knew today because someone believed in me. Scholarships opened the door for me from childhood to university, planting the seed for the work I now do with conscious leaders who value significance over success. John Maxwell distinguishes success is when I add value to myself. Significance is when I add value to others. Leadership lessons from 30 years in the corporate world. Fresh out of university, I joined Procter & Gamble. Picture me, the overachiever who thought every problem could be solved by working harder and longer. Unsurprisingly, I burned out. I quit and I felt like a failure. That's when I learned the hard way that sustainable success starts with self-care. Colgate Palmolive gave me a second chance, and I walked in with imposter syndrome. Back in the early 90s, admitting that wasn't exactly celebrated. I guess Michelle Obama eventually normalized imposter syndrome for all of us. What I learned at Colgate, though, was that leaders who lead with compassion create an environment where people can thrive. Compassion doesn't just make us better leaders, it brings out the greatness in others. At Levi's, I learned to take risk as part of innovation. It's funny how people still remember the 1985 Levi's ad. Why? Maybe because it made people laugh, and probably because jeans never go out of style. While Levi's invented jeans, our challenge at the time was to reinvent them for a new generation. So how do you make something iconic relevant again? Let's just say I started humming the song Teenage Dream a lot, thinking outside the box while doing the Lance dance. At Disney, I was the Vice President of Corporate Brand Management for the Asia Pacific region. And I experienced the power of purpose-driven collaboration. Before presenting our 5-year content strategy to Bob Iger, I aligned with more stakeholders than there are Disney princesses. But kidding aside, those 12 magical years at Disney left me with lifelong friendships and a deep sense of gratitude. And lastly, at Google, I was hired for my global CMO background to help influence product strategy and help humanize our messaging. Technology is transforming the way we live. I learned to navigate complexity while delivering aggressive business targets. Sounds familiar? Many of you are likely balancing similar pressures, aligning innovation with business impact, all while keeping your teams motivated and connected. During this time, I also began to pivot from career to calling. While I was the head of brand and creative solutions, I discovered my passion for teaching leadership programs like emotional intelligence, mindfulness, and coaching. It wasn't just about accelerating our business, but it's also about growing our people. That's where I found real fulfillment. A life well lived. A job gives you stability. A career gives you recognition. But a calling gives you fulfillment. Today, I coach business leaders as they think differently about purpose and playing bigger. The conscious leadership compass begins with me, expands to we, and to the world. Me is about self-leadership, living with integrity, and prioritizing well-being to sustain your impact. We is about team leadership, cultivating trust through meaningful connection, collaborative culture, and collective wisdom. And lastly, world is about servant leadership, creating a legacy by developing future leaders and transforming lives. When any of these dimensions is neglected, leaders risk burnout, eroded trust, or achieving success without meaning. By mastering all three, leaders thrive personally and professionally. They build high-performing teams, drive sustainable business growth, and leave a meaningful legacy. We World provides the why, and the 5P process offers the how, a strategic roadmap for turning your purpose into measurable impact. Life is not a resume, it is a mission. At the end of our lives, what matters most isn't what we've achieved, but who we've become. So my friends, what's your mission? Let's work together to turn your purpose into measurable impact. Let's think expansively, lead consciously, and live fully. Thank you.